Stephanie, welcome to our program. Thank you for being with us today. Hi, it's Pastor Kerry with Compass Christian Church in Riverside, California. And recently, we hosted our Compass Christmas Telethon. And that's our effort to help raise money for the signature missions that we support. Let me encourage you to consider how that you might bless these missions with your generosity. We've made it easy for you to give. All you have to do is click the link that will take you to the giving page, or there'll be a graphic as we go through our interview where you can give by text. And so let's reclaim Christmas this holiday season by doing something positive. Now let's get back to the interview.
So good to be with you, Carrie. Thanks for having me.
Cool. It's always good to see you, man. We've been jumping through some of the technical hurdles to make this happen. So,
Oh,
yeah. We go back quite a while. I don't know exactly how far, probably about 2000 something or other, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe 2006,
Yeah,
2005,
I think it's
six.
somewhere around there, you know. And so you've been working with Rafa International now since what? When did you get involved?
Yeah, 2003.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, we started in 2003. So we started working together, Carrie, not too long after the birth of the ministry.
Yeah. Yeah. It was fun. So so okay, I just got to stop us for a moment and say, what's that name? What's the name? I've heard people talk about Rafa House before, and they thought we were saying Waffle House. So
Yeah, we
what's the
did
name
that.
Rafa about?
Yeah, so Rapha is a Hebrew word which means healing. And in Exodus, God connected his name, as you know, Carrie, with that word. And he made a new covenant with his people. And he just said, I will be the God who will heal you. If you
Okay.
will follow me, keep my commandments, I will be the God who will heal you.
Yeah.
So, direct translation is healing.
Yeah. So how do you do the work of healing? What is your ministry all about? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the nutshell version, Carrie, is that we want to end the trafficking and sexual exploitation and abuse of children, and we do that one child at a time. Um, the statistics concerning trafficking and sexual exploitation are so huge, and you can easily get mired down in wondering what can we even do to take action against this monstrous problem that's epidemically happening globally to children. And so we want to specify always that it's for us, it's one child at a time. So
Amen.
that is
Yeah.
our focus. We work with law enforcement agencies and child protective services in the countries of our service, which are Cambodia, Thailand, and Haiti. And we depend on them to do that hard work of investigation and rescuing a child from whatever that situation may be, whether it's labor trafficking, sex trafficking, some form of sexual abuse or exploitation. And then they bring the children to us legally and place them in our protective custody. So then, Carrie, it is our great honor to begin to offer what we call the keys to freedom to these very worthy children who are brought to our gates. And for us, that starts with security and basic meeting of basic needs. Very oftentimes, the population of children that we're serving have been denied even proper nutrition. They are, they come through our gates and they're afraid. They don't know who to trust. The people who were supposed to protect them really fell down on the job a lot of times. And so they come through our gates. Yeah, the day of rescue is not always happy, right? It can be
Yeah.
another day. It can be
Yeah.
another very And so it's our great honor in those first moments to show that child where they're going to eat 3 times every single day, no matter what, no matter if their behavior is good or bad. They're going to eat until their tummies are full 3 times a day. And then to take them and show them where they're going to sleep. This bed is for you. It's only for you. Nobody else is allowed to get in this bed with you. This is only for you. And so that just the meeting of basic needs begins to build that trust that we're going to need to help really start focusing on the trauma that has taken place. So when the girls have been with us, for sometimes a few weeks, sometimes it's a month before they're ready to kind of start that journey into focusing into the trauma. And then we're able to begin trauma counseling and therapy with them. At the same time that we're focusing on the emotional needs that they have, we're also focusing on the medical needs, Carrie, because bad things have happened to these little bodies, and there are many medical needs that we need to help the children through. And next, we're focusing on education and vocational training. It's all part of that holistic desire, as you put it so well so many years ago. We want these girls to have sustainable freedom. Yeah, we don't just want them to be free while they're with us, but we want them to be free for their whole lives. And so education and vocational training are really important in that regard, so that they have a way to provide for themselves and their families whenever they are reintegrated back home. And then finally, the final key to freedom is that we're focusing on social work and legal advocacy. So while the girls are with us and going through their healing process, our social workers are working back in the communities with their families, just trying to determine if this is going to be a family that can be reunited with their child. And very often we find that they can be, and that's very healthy. We love the God-given model of family and community, right, Carrie? It's every child longs for their family and for their community. And then the cool thing that we've seen in just helping the girls prosecute their cases against their traffickers or perpetrators is that whether we have successful prosecutions or whether those prosecutions fail, those girls see that somebody believed that they were worth fighting for. And that in and of itself is that's huge. So anyway, those are the holistic services that we provide in our aftercare programs for child survivors.
So how many children does your ministry touch? How many lives are touched through not only your aftercare program, but also through your program, your kids club program? We can talk about that in a minute, but just give me right now kind of a number count of the reach.
Well, we have about 900 children sponsored in our Kids Club program, and all of those children have families and siblings and aunts and uncles that our social workers are able to have touch with, back in the community as they're educating and providing services for those families. So thousands and thousands of people are being touched through the Kids Club program. Since 2003, we are just in the process of developing our database to the point where we can go back and add in all of that data. And we're really excited to get that so that we can report really well. But we know that we have served hundreds of survivors through the years. And again, all of those survivors have siblings that we worked really hard so that their siblings wouldn't be trafficked and end up in the same situation as the girls that we're serving. So, when we look back, we're just amazed at what God has done through the years, and
And we
that He
and
is.
we give the glory to God. This is a Christ-centered ministry. However, we don't require that the children embrace Christianity to benefit from our services, correct?
That's right. That's right. These girls did not they did not ask to be exploited. That was something that was not their choice. They are brought to us because it's an emergency situation and they need help. And so our Christian staff is always showing the love of Jesus to these children. But whether that child is a Christian or a Buddhist or a Muslim or doesn't profess faith whatsoever, we're going to treat each child the same, and we are going to love them as Jesus commanded us to love
Amen.
them.
That's great. That's wonderful. We're almost out of time. It seems like, our time together has passed really quickly, but I just want to, I want to kind of encapsulate a couple ideas, and then I would like for you to share any final thoughts or a message with our viewers. But one is that people can get involved with Rafa House by supporting the general work, and that's your aftercare work and helping with children who've been traumatized and providing vocational training for them and also legal advocacy and just on and on. And I've been to Cambodia 13 times. I've seen the ministry up close and personal, and I can tell you 100% that I have complete confidence in the great work that you folks are doing there through Rafa International. But secondly, not only can they get involved in supporting your work through your general fund, but also by sponsoring children through your kids club, right? And
That's
so
right.
the kids club is kind of the prevention arm where we reach out to children who are at risk, and we help at least kind of provide a safety net in many communities that is not existent, so that desperate situations that sometimes parents are faced with in developing nations, that where they decide that it's a matter of survival, and they're going to go ahead and trust this person who's telling them that their child is going to have a better life if they'll just turn that child over to them. That we kind of take that incentive away or that desperation away by providing a safety net for them, and that's you're doing that through your kids club program, right?
That's right. That's right.
And so what's your vision? What's next for Rafa International?
Well, we are in construction currently in Haiti. We do have a program there, but when we are able to move into this new aftercare campus in Haiti, it will allow us to double in size in the capacity of children that we are able to serve. And so we're really excited about that.
Mm-hmm. Great. So I would encourage folks to get behind Rafa House. And one of the ways that you can do that is get behind us here in this telethon, because a portion of our proceeds are going to the different ministries that you are watching on and during our telethon. That includes Rafa, and we'll be talking about Tumaini and Million Kids and perhaps other ministries along the way. Any additional comments that you'd like to make, Stephanie, before we wrap up here today?
Oh, Carrie, I just want to say thank you. Thank you to you and to Compass. We just appreciate your longtime support so much. And I just encourage everybody who is watching today to give through the telethon. And it's just going to be such a blessing to the organizations that you're hearing from today. But just so grateful for you all. Merry Christmas. Have a beautiful time celebrating with your families.
Great. Well, I love you. I love your family. I love what you guys are doing. It's just such a wonderful work. And I pray that God's favor will be upon you, your family, and your ministry, not only during this holiday season, but from here on out. All right. And so, folks, continue to watch our telethon here, because like I said, we have plenty of great ministries that we're showcasing here in our telethon, and that we also have individual testimonies from folks who are involved with Compass Church. And I would encourage you during this season of giving, and there's been so much negativity that has come our way over the last few months, is that maybe now's the time for us to turn the tide and for you to do something that you can feel good about during this holiday season, and that's by supporting these wonderful ministries and God's work, his kingdom work, both here locally and throughout the world. God bless you. Please stay tuned, because more good things are coming your way. I'll see you in a moment.